Good morning, everyone. So, last class we have discussed about the passive transport. So, according to passive transport, molecules or solutes moves from higher concentration level to lower concentration level across the plasma membrane, and if the concentration of the outside is higher and the concentration of the solutes or the metabolites is lower, then movement of the molecules occur from higher concentration to lower concentration. Today we'll discuss about the active transport. Okay, so active transport is just opposite to the passive transport. Okay, so here what happens in simple sense, in active transport, movement of molecules from lower concentration level to higher concentration level occurs. Lower to higher. Okay, so movement of solutes or metabolites occurs from lower concentration level to higher concentration level through the plasma membranes against the concentration gradient. Okay, so clear? Active transport is nothing but the movement of solutes or other metabolites from lower concentration level to higher concentration level against the concentration gradient. You have to mention this term, against the concentration gradient through the plasma membrane. Okay, clear? Fine. Again, for movement of molecules from lower concentration to higher concentration level, the cell requires energy. Okay, the cell require metabolic energy like ATP, etc., as well as they have some carrier proteins as like facilitated diffusion, which we have discussed earlier. Okay, so in active transport, metabolic energy is required and carrier proteins are required. Okay, example of the active transport is sodium potassium pump, where what happens in this process, sodium is transported out of the cell while moving potassium inside. Okay, the hydrolysis of ATP gives them the energy for this process. Okay, so we'll discuss the process in details later. Example of active transport is the ABC transporter system. ABC stands for ATP binding cassette and transporters. So here two things are there: membrane spanning domain and nucleotide binding domain. Okay, so this membrane spanning domain, what they do, they form the pores. Okay, they form the pores in the membrane, and the nucleotide binding domain, they bind and hydrolyze the ATP. So these two function happens. So the membrane spanning domains form a pore in the membrane. The nucleotide binding domains of the protein bind and hydrolyze the ATP. The hydrolysis drives, after the hydrolysis is done, then the uptake process is completed. Okay, the ABC transporter system also contain special substrate binding proteins. They also contain special substrate binding proteins which binds to the solute molecules, which has to be transported to inside. Okay, so the process is like this. Here what happens in step 1? In step 1, what happens? The substrate binding proteins, let's say this is the substrate binding protein, this one, they binds to the substrate. The black colored is the substrate. Okay, the substrate binding protein binds to this substrate. Then it transfers through this membrane. This is the outside of the membrane, this is the inside of the membrane. Okay, as we know that cell membrane is bilayered, so this is the outside and this is the inside of the membrane. So first the substrate binding protein binds to the substrate, then it transfers through the palm, where the ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP plus PI, and the conformation of the substrate binding protein changes and the solute molecule is released inside. Okay, this is the ABC transporter system, where the solute molecules is transferred through the plasma membrane against the concentration gradient. Okay, clear? So one more time I will repeat. Okay, so a good example of active transport is the ABC transporters, where two domains are present. One is membrane spanning domains and one is nucleotide binding domain. Okay, so membrane spanning domain, they form the pores in the membrane. Okay, they form pores in the membrane, and the nucleotide binding domain bind and hydrolyze the ATP to ADP and inorganic phosphate. Okay, so first what happens? One more thing is that the substrate binding protein which binds to the solute molecule. Okay, so first what happens? The substrate binding protein binds to the solute molecules, then it transfers through the pore, which was formed by the membrane spanning domain. Then what happens? The ATP binding domain hydrolyze the ATP to ADP and inorganic phosphate, and the substrate binding protein changes its conformation and the solute is released inside the cell. Okay, clear? Okay, thank you.